You may be one of these fellow Americans who believes that giving up your rights is really no big deal. It's a matter of convenience. Hey, the police officer told you to give your ID, just give your ID. Hey, the police officer told you to get out of the car, just get out of the car. Hey, the police officer said this is going to cost you $250, just pay the ticket. Don't put yourself through all this unnecessary hardship. And you may be one of those people in America who think that it's no big deal to stand for your rights, or maybe it's too big of a deal to stand for your rights and you're rocking the boat, or you need to step in line with the rest of us. Why do you have to take such a hard position? What are you, some kind of an extremist or something? Now, I learned about this video through John Eagle's channel. John Eagle, shout out to you. I appreciate the work that you do, man. And I was infuriated because on the one hand, we've become so desensitized as a society that we actually believe that people who wear costumes and badges and utility belts have more authority than the rest of us. On the other hand, we've also been indoctrinated and immersed on this side with our 12,000 hour public fool indoctrination program to just obey the authorities and, hey, this is the way it is. Don't rock the boat. Don't step out of the line. You always want to comply. And if you don't comply, you're a bad person. And I'm just thinking traffic code, corporate traffic code, and traffic laws, they call them laws, these are traffic policies, have become the bane of our society. They are a wealth generating and wealth transfer scheme that you really can't even put a dollar amount on because, by most estimates, every year, American tax cattle are pursued by the Thin Blue Line gang, what I call road pirates, to the tune of $6 billion every year just in speeding tickets alone. That equates to over $11,748 every single hour of every single year. So let me just show you. This is a video that was put out by B. Waller 76. Like I said, it was covered by John Eagle, but I want to show you this police interaction and see if this doesn't strike a harsh chord in you like it struck in me. Check this out.
Hey there, Deputy Lamson, Boise County Sheriff's Office. The reason I'm stopping you going 59 is 45 through here.
Oh, I thought it was 55.
Nope. Do you have a driver's license, proof of insurance, registration with you? Been 45 for about the last 10 miles for you.
Oh, I thought it was 55.
Now, in my opinion, 59 and a 45 is no big deal. You're going to be economically terrorized after having committed what crime? After producing what victim? Who was put out? Whose rights were taken away or jeopardized? Who was harmed? Who was threatened to be harmed? Whose property was damaged and it wasn't paid for? The answer is nobody. But this traffic code, this corporate traffic code and law gives these jackboot thugs what they believe is the right to economically terrorize you and put you in a subservient position as they walk up to your vehicle as the authority. This really bugs me.
Is this your car, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, you don't have to answer that. Is this your car? Do I have to, by law, do I have to answer that question? And if you say that by law I do, what is the law that requires me to answer any of your questions beyond giving you my ID for breaking corporate traffic law?
Are you Jennifer?
Yeah.
Do you have your ID with you?
She doesn't need to show you her ID, sir.
It's her vehicle, so I'd like
Yeah,
to confirm.
No, she hasn't committed any crime. She's not going to show your ID. I'm sorry, sir. It's not going to happen. I apologize.
I need to confirm that
With
it's
all
her
due
vehicle.
respect, no, you don't. I'm driving. You don't actually.
I need to.
No.
It doesn't matter if that you're driving.
Do you suspect her of committing a crime?
No, I do not.
Okay. Then,
But I need to. Her name is on her registration. I need.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You don't suspect her of committing a crime, and yet you still want to make her insecure in her person by demanding that she give her ID. And the implication is you're going to get her ID at the end of the day because there's the implied threat of force when a law enforcement officer walks up to your car, an armed human being, an armed bandit, stranger that you don't know is walking up to your car demanding your ID. The implication is I am going to get your ID, and if I have to use force to do it, that's what's going to happen.
Confirm that it's her.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, sir. I'm driving. She doesn't need
It
to show
doesn't
your-
matter.
She's not going to show your ID, dude. It's not going to happen.
Sir?
I apologize, sir.
Okay.
If you would like to, you can get your. With all due respect,
You should never apologize for standing up for your rights. Let me show you this. Every time the cop I need the guy rightly interrupts this cop while the cop's trying to exact tyranny on him. Watch this. This is master class here.
Are you Jennifer? Do you have your ID with you?
she doesn't need to show you her ID. So.
She didn't have to answer that question. Are you Jennifer? Officer, does she have to answer that question? If she does, what is the law that requires her to answer any of your questions above and beyond this traffic stop and the infraction you say I committed?
It's her vehicle, so I'd like to confirm.
No, she hasn't committed any crime. She's not going to show you her ID. I'm sorry, sir. It's not going to happen. I apologize.
I need to confirm that it's her vehicle.
With all due respect, no, you don't. I'm driving. You don't actually.
I need to.
No.
It doesn't matter if that you're driving.
Do you suspect her of committing a crime?
No, I do not.
Okay. Then,
But I need to. Her name is on her registration. I need to confirm that it's her.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, sir. I'm driving. She doesn't need
It
to show
doesn't
you
matter.
She's not going to show your ID, dude. It's not going to happen.
Sir?
I apologize, sir.
Okay.
If you would like to, you can get your.
Now you can tell by what his hand did right there that he did that little adjustment. If you want to see this shoulder shrug, this nervous shoulder gesture, this nonverbal, uncomfortable gesture, take a look at my last video. But you could see his hand kind of swiveled. He did the little shoulder adjustment. Watch.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
If you would like to, you can get your.
There you go. He did that right there. He swiveled his shoulder because now he's uncomfortable. He knows that he's lying to this guy. He's trying to extract information that he has no right to extract. He can ask all the questions he wants, but these people are not required to answer his questions. They're not required to respond. She is not required to ID. She doesn't even have to say, yeah, that's my name on that slip of paper I just gave you. So this cop is very uncomfortable. And over 5 times, at least 5 times I counted, he said, I need. This is just what we have to do. This is an order following misfit is what you have right here. This guy turned his mind off and he's just going to do what he's told regardless of what is right instead of doing what is right regardless of what he's told. So this is an attempted roadside piracy extraction operation where it's meant to economically terrorize and terrify people in this vehicle under the auspices of I'm the authority and you're not. I am the king, you are the subject.
With all due respect, I appreciate what you do, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
But you are giving me a hard time.
Yeah, well, okay, if you want to look at it like that, I am going to give you a hard time over it because...
That's another thing. The person who's given the people in this car a hard time is saying, you're giving me a hard time. You're interfering with my tyranny. I am trying to extract your rights from you. I am trying to overpower you with the implied threat of force. I am trying to manipulate you into doing something that you don't want to do.
I am all about my rights, and she has rights. You don't suspect her of any crime. She's not. You haven't pulled her over.
That this is her vehicle.
No, you don't.
He just said it again. I need to confirm. This is like the 6th time he said, I need. You don't understand. I need. You need to meet my needs, sir. You need to give me her ID, sir. These are my needs we're talking about. I need to go home safely tonight. I need to make sure that I feel safe. This is all about officer safety equals cowardice. Public safety is heroism. Officer safety equals a violation of constitutionally protected rights. And you're giving me a hard time always equals you're not submitting to and bowing down to and conforming to my tyranny.
So if this vehicle is stolen, that doesn't make a difference. It's going to come back to a Jennifer Ramsey.
Do you suspect this vehicle being stolen?
Possibly. I have no idea.
No, you're right. You have no idea. You have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I'm sorry, sir. It's not
And that is the minimum standard. Reasonable, and this is not reasonable to suspect that this might be stolen. He said, I have no idea. He truly has no idea. And based on I have no idea, you got to give me your license. You got to make yourself insecure in your person. He has no idea what's going on. He has no reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed. Therefore, he has nothing. If he can't meet that minimum threshold, we're not even talking about probable cause here. He doesn't even have RAS.
I need to confirm
that
this is Jennifer
I need your
Ramsey.
supervisor, please.
He's not on right now.
Well, I apologize then. It's not going to happen, dude. You can do whatever you need to do. You can violate my rights. You can
I'm not
violate her
violating
rights.
anybody's
You can violate
rights.
her
Now
rights.
the cop is shaking. Notice his hand is now shaking. It wasn't shaking before when he was all bent out of shape doing that right there. Now he's shaking because, number one, he lied saying, no, you need to give me your license. In other words, no, this is the proper thing to do. This is the right thing to do. And it's the wrong thing for her not to give me the license. And the second thing, he's shaking because turns out at the end of the video, we'll see in text form that B. Waller 76 says, I went to the police station afterwards and I found out that there was a supervisor on duty. So this cop just by choice engaged in 2 lies against an individual that he's supposed to be protecting and serving. This alone should put him on the Brady list, which is bogus. There shouldn't even be a Brady list. If you can't trust a police officer to tell the truth, then he doesn't need to be on the force.
She's not going to present her ID. You pulled me over. It's not going to happen.
Okay, so if this vehicle is stolen and the person that's driving it,
go check.
I have no idea.
Go check. Go check.
Okay,
Run the vehicle.
you said this was your vehicle, correct?
Run the vehicle. Yeah,
It's still going to come back to a Jennifer Ramsey.
She's my wife.
Okay, I don't know if this is.
See, that's why you never say anything to cops. Because yes, initially he said, "Is this your vehicle?" And the guy in the vehicle, B. Waller 76, said, "Yeah, it's my vehicle." That's why you should never talk to police. Because then he asked when he got the paperwork, Jennifer, is this your vehicle? And she says yes. It's like, oh, now we got a lie going on here. So whatever information you give them, whether you think it's good or bad, whether you think it's going to work in your favor or not, most people talk because they believe, hey, I got nothing to hide. I'm going to just go ahead and tell them the facts as I see them. Well, the cop will misconstrue that 100% of the time. You said it was your vehicle. Now Jennifer says it's her vehicle. Now I see with the paperwork that it's Jennifer's vehicle. If this comes back as Jennifer, then we're going to know that it wasn't your vehicle. It belongs to somebody else. And since I can't identify the person in the passenger seat right here, I have to assume that's not Jennifer. So we have to return Jennifer's vehicle to her. He could literally take it down this road.
Or not.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Yes, I do.
Right. Go run the vehicle, see if it's stolen. That's all you gotta do now.
It may not come back as stolen, sir.
I don't care. I don't care. Then you have no articulable suspicion of it.
Now we see at the end of this video right here, he received the speeding ticket and was sent on his way with no more grief from Officer Lamson. And then he says, I visited the sheriff's office 5 minutes later. The deputy sheriff was available, so there was a supervisor. I hope that my informal complaint regarding being denied a supervisor was taken seriously. Thank you for watching. I just said all that to say, and the reason I want to rehash this is because you have to understand that one of our most precious and sacred rights is you've got the right to not interact with somebody you don't want to interact with. If you don't want to answer questions, nobody can compel you against your will to answer questions. Don't feel manipulated. Don't feel threatened. Don't succumb to the fear and the terror that cops want you to feel. They want you to be nervous. Believe me, we've seen enough videos. We've seen what they've said behind the scenes. They want you to fear. They want you to tremble. They want you to bow down before their authority. And that's because they're psychopaths and you're not. And because you're not a psychopath, you know you got nothing to hide. So you're gonna want to talk. You're gonna feel compelled to clear yourself in some way. The guy you're talking to that's sitting there in that costume, that's standing there by your vehicle in a costume with the gun on, he does not want to clear your name. He wants to take you down. If he can put you in cuffs, you're going to make his day, whether you're innocent or not, whether he believes you're innocent or not. He's going to twist your words. So always remember that. You have the right to be silent. You are in control of your own life. And while these badged psychopathic road pirates want to ruin your life, you stand firm on your rights. Because if you let your rights go, you will look back and you'll be like, we ain't got no rights left. How the hell did that happen? So how do we push back the tides of tyranny? How do we push back against this corporate traffic law? The way we do it is mass non-compliance, but you got to be very careful on how you do that. You got to be very careful on what battles that you want to pick. I am not giving you any kind of legal advice. What I am saying is the way we push back and regain our rights is by refusing to comply with tyrants. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. I'll put the original link in the description. If you visit B Waller 76 or John Eagle, let them know that I sent you. Don't forget to subscribe to my new channel called The Disturbing Illusion, where we expose the left versus right dog and pony show paradigm lie that's coming out of Washington's District of Criminals. If you want to support the channel further, become a channel member, grab a shirt, but more importantly, realize that the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. Let's stop securing our own oppression, and let's start today. See you in the next video.